What's up, guys? What is going on? What's up, Rum Boys? What's up, Goose? What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? What's going on, man? What are you guys up to? Hope everybody's night is going well. First of all, we're going to do this. We got to do this the right way. Got a little beer left. So, Rum Boys, Robbie J, Ty, and Goose. Cheers, fellas. What's going on, guys? How are y'all doing? How y'all nights doing? What are you guys up to? So I just wanted to come on here and kind of give my thoughts on this whole Eli Manning. Yeah, Rich. I'm gonna do it, man. I am. I am gonna give my thoughts on this Eli Manning. Eli Manning. Just basically the decision to sit him down and go with the future and go with Daniel Jones. Karam, we're gonna get into that, man. Good old Pete, what's up, man? What's up? That's cool, Goose. Good for you, man. Don't let yeah, good for you, man. Good for you, man. Yeah, I think that's pretty much a good idea for a while. I think that is a smart idea for a while, guys. All right, so I kind of wrote some stuff down here, guys. So bear with me if I'm reading it off the sheet, but sometime reading it off my piece of paper, my paper here that I got here. But bear with me here. Good old Pete. We could do swordfish. That is a good suggestion. We could do that. That's swordfish is one of my favorite fish to cook, so we could definitely do that. Yeah, he very well could be, man. He very well could be the future of you guys' franchise and give you 12 good years. What's up, Nick Howard? What's going on, buddy? What's going on, Arter? Cheers, bud. Cheers to you, buddy. So, like I was saying, guys, bear with me here. I kind of wrote some stuff down on a piece of paper because it's gonna be kind of hard, for me to get all to kind of say all this in a row. So bear with me here if I'm reading off a piece of paper. So I think we're gonna jump right into this and just get started, man. So I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on this whole Eli Manning situation and him being the decision being made on him being benched for Daniel Jones and the Giants making the tough decision, and it probably was a tough decision to move on with with Jones, so let's jump right into this. So for any of you guys who don't know, or you don't have social media or anything like that, um, or access to a phone for that part, because it's pretty much spread everywhere. Eli Manning has been, I guess you could call it, benched for Daniel Jones. Um, Although the Giants have not made any official statements or put out anything into the media saying that it's Eli has kind of played his last game as a starter. It kind of feels like that. It has that kind of feel. just reading some of the statements coming out of New York, it does kind of have that feel to it. So if we have seen the last of Eli as a starter and possibly as a Giant, and um, I would just wanted to come on here and give my thoughts on that, and talk to you guys, and congratulate him on what more than likely one day will be a Hall of Fame career. Um, Now I know a lot of you guys are probably, or at least a lot of my fan base may watch this and get at me for kind of congratulating the enemy, or the another team, outside of my own fan base. But to be honest, I'm not afraid to show respect where it's earned. That's a definite. I'm definitely not afraid to show respect where it's earned. And they'll probably get at me for not being upset about what the Giants did to us in both of those, in two Super Bowls, not one but two. Um, and they beat us twice in heartbreaking fashion, which is even worse on it. So um, nothing you can do about that, though. They beat us, man. The Giants and Eli beat us. They both of those teams, they beat us twice in heartbreaking fashion. And to be honest, I should be pissed at you guys for doing that, and I should hate your franchise. And believe me, we're rivals. We're rivals, but you have to show respect where respect is earned. It doesn't matter if you're rivals or not. You have to show respect where respect is earned. And and Eli beating the Patriots twice. He was the general of both of those teams. He was the general of both of those teams that beat the Patriots twice, and one of those Patriots teams was undefeated, and that's a hell of an accomplishment, and that in itself deserves respect. So I mean, as a Patriot fan, you should give the man his due. You should give him his respect. They beat us twice, and they beat us fair and square with a perfect game plan. All right, sorry guys, lost my place. Yep, and for that you have to look at Eli, and you have to look at the organization, and you have to give them you should give them your respect as a fellow competitor, because they beat us twice fair and square. Eli in both of those Super Bowls, looked across the sidelines and saw the greatest coach and the greatest quarterback in history, and looked them both in the eye and said, "I'm not afraid, and we will beat you." He looked across that sideline and said, "I am not afraid, and we will beat you." And when push came to shove for Eli, for the old warhorse, somebody called him an old warhorse. I think it was Copizzle, and you can't really. That's probably one of the best ways you can describe him, because Eli is as tough as nails. And he looked across that sideline at the greatest coach and greatest quarterback in history, and was unafraid. And for that, he gets my respect as well, because not a lot of teams and not a lot of players can look across the sideline and truthfully say that they were not afraid of the Patriots. And Eli's one of them. Eli's one of those players, and Tom Coughlin's one of those coaches that can say, we are not afraid, and we will beat you. And they said it, and they backed it up twice. I've watched Eli after those Super Bowls. He continued to back it up. He's the I continued to watch him after those Super Bowls, and it's more of the same, man. The guy, I've seen Eli countless times take hit after hit after hit, and even in the Super Bowl, the Patriots defense did hit him, and they had him, wrapped up in just the heart that Eli showed, and not only in those two Super Bowls, but in the even it didn't matter if it was the Super Bowl, regular season, or anything like that. Eli was clearly the heartbeat and soul of that team, and that in itself yet again worth respect, and you should show him the respect he deserves. And he does deserve respect as a competitor. So, and like I said, guys, last but not least, Eli to me, not only was he a pro on the field, but he was a professional off it as well. He never once threw a coach, a player, an opposing team under the bus, or bitched or whined or moaned or complained about anything. He showed up to his job, did his job, and went home, and did it with respect and dignity. And therefore, doesn't matter what team you cheer for or root for, the guy deserves respect, and is gonna be one day enshrined in the Hall of Fame. There are only 2 teams to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and the Giants are one of them. And Eli not only did it once, but he did it twice. So that in itself deserves respect. The last thing I can say is that I'll respect Eli, and I'll always hold him to a high regard because he was. I always looked at him, especially after the 2 Super Bowl wins, and I will admit to you right here and now that I underestimated Eli when we played him the first time. I thought we were going to go into that Super Bowl and beat him handily and beat that team handily. I underestimated him, and he earned my respect on that one yet again. And so what I can say to Eli is I wish him nothing but the best. And he was always and forever will be a worthy adversary of Tom Brady. And if we have seen the last of Eli and he does retire at the end of this year, I wish him nothing but the best. And we will definitely see you in Canton one day, Eli. That is a definite. And there need to be more players out there that kind of take the attitude that Eli had, where you don't throw anybody, any player, coach, or opposing teammate under the bus. You just show up, you do your job, you do it with dignity and respect, and you go home. And Eli, you've earned my respect, and we will one day see you in Canton, brother. So all the best to you, and if we have seen you in your last game as a Giant, enjoy your retirement, and I wish you the best. So from a humble Patriot fan to all the humble Giants fans in the chat, y'all have a great night, and I am out of here. Peace, guys.